That is fast. All right, Carly, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
We are outside because today, on this Wednesday, we've got a Gen Z panel. These are young people who are 19, 20, 21, 22. We've across the political spectrum. The hands of Democrats. Okay, this fellow right down here. Independents. We got 4 of those. And how many Republicans? All right, very good. Also, can I see the hands of anybody who's been watching?
That's shocking. That is shocking. And it also proves something that I had mentioned before, but I didn't know that it really included Gen Z. Now, yes, this is Fox, so this could be a little biased. I got to throw that out there. Let's call a spade a spade. All right, let's call a spade a spade. But you have a panel of Gen Z, right? A group of individuals or a generation of individuals that the left would like us to all believe are all Democrat and are all radical and crazy. You know what I mean? All of that. And yet you have one guy who is a Democrat, 3 Republicans, the black guy, this chick in the black jacket, and this chick in the red, and 4 independent folks. I don't know about y'all, but that's actually pretty shocking. But it also backs up Uncle Trump's statement when he said the silent majority. There's a lot more of us than Democrats would ever like us to know or would ever like to admit. There's a lot more Republicans than Democrats ever want to know. The silent majority, I'm telling you.
The presidential contest so far, who's made up their mind about who they're going to vote for? Excellent! Because so many people I see on TV, they go, well, I've already decided I'm going to do this person or that person. Can I see the hands of the people who have a reason why they're waiting for instance, the debate? Who's waiting for the debates to decide who they would like to see as president? Have I stumped the audience? Right back here, the 19-year-old kid by the name of Michael. Michael Duke. Michael.
Well, you see, I'm waiting for the debates because I want to see what the issues are. We have a wide range of candidates, and that means there's a lot of issues that are going to be covered. I think that's great as a pluralist republic. I think that because we have so many candidates right now, we're going to see what exactly the issues that are most important to voters. As a young person, as a Gen Z student at Fordham University,
right.
I'm really worried about the economy. High inflation, cost of goods.
Sure.
I go to the bodega outside of my school. I'm paying insane prices for a chopped cheese that I don't want to. So for me, it's just really the economy.
That's right. When you go in the bodega, do you feel safe?
Not really, not particularly.
Not really. Can I see the hands?
Hey. When it comes to that almighty dollar, that affects everybody. Everybody feels that. It's just some people are still in denial about what's actually going on, right? Who's actually the cause of, these rising costs, or a bulk of the cause of these rising costs. It's crazy out here, man. It really is.
Who thinks the current president is too old? All right, right down here in the front, Brennan. Why? Why do you say that?
You know.
Well, I don't think he's too old. I just think at his age, he can't operate. Okay, we'll put it that way. Like if it was someone his age, and because there's plenty of old folks, right, quote unquote, that are his age that you might not even know where their age, right? I've seen, for example, there was this black lady that I came across on like Instagram or something, and it said she was like 80 something. And I mean, the chick had abs. Like, obviously everybody has abs, okay? But you know what I mean when I say abs. Like, she had abs that were showing. I was, sheesh. I mean, my goodness. I was like, whoo. I forgot the lady's name. I need to try to find that again. But yes, obviously not the norm. We get that. But what I'm saying is, if you're of that age, and I mean you still can do your thing, no problem. I don't see any problem with it. With age comes wisdom, So like I don't have any problem with older folks being in office, right? It's just older folks that like are really showing their age is the issue. Like you're the leader of the free world, right? Like you have to be physically capable in my humble opinion. All right. Now, nothing against old folks. I don't mind old folks working, but like the president needs to be physically capable, and have some type of presence about himself. I mean, you got Joe Biden tripping and falling all over the place, and what did you say? Shaking hands with Casper the Ghost. I mean, come on, man.
I think we've seen over the past few years what our elderly president, lacks in due to his age. I think we need a younger president. We need younger nominees. We need someone more reflective of our generation.
How much younger?
Much younger.
Give me a number.
I think, seeing someone in their 50s who's had a career for themselves and proven themselves in the political landscape, but not old and, having the weaknesses that we see right now.
Sure. Jared, you are the lone Democrat in the front row here. Do you think Joe Biden's too old?
I don't want to use age as the only factor, but I definitely feel that his administration is a bit out of touch with my viewpoints.
They're watching right now.
Yeah.
What do you want them to know?
I think it feels a lot of political messaging and less focused on policy. And I think, in a weird sense, my generation of Democrats are tired of the culture war politics on both sides of the aisle and are really more interested on focusing on a lot more substantial issues like the economy, like tech policy, and like healthcare.
Okay.
Oh, they in trouble. They in trouble. The young folks see the game that they're playing. You'd rather sit around playing games than actually throw out some good policies, put pen to paper. You want to create some type of culture war rather than actually making some change, putting that pen to some paper and getting something done. Wow. I am shocked. That is incredible. That is great news. That is amazing news because the Democrats have turned that side of their game to like the nth degree. Right? I even showed you guys a video, I think it was a YouTube short, of Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries just blatantly lying. Blatantly lying. And I displayed it in the YouTube short because, it was like at the top of the screen was Hakeem Jeffries and the bottom of the screen was Karine Jean-Pierre. And at the top, Hakeem Jeffries was saying, Republicans will, come out and say that Joe Biden doesn't want to negotiate on the debt ceiling. And then right after he said that, the Karine Jean-Pierre part of the video started playing, and Karine Jean-Pierre was like, yeah, we've already said it. The Biden administration is not negotiating. This is non-negotiable. Basically saying the exact opposite of what Hakeem Jeffries tried to say. Just playing games, man. Absolutely playing. Man, I couldn't be a politician, bro. I couldn't. Because when Kevin McCarthy obviously was becoming Speaker of the House and Hakeem Jeffries was saying, some nice things to begin the speech, and I'm sure they're all shaking hands behind the scenes, and then you see these scoundrels on camera blatantly lie. Bro, listen, I can't even say bro, but where I'm from, okay, some of y'all feel me where I'm going with this, you know what I mean? I'm not advocating for anything, to happen to folks, but, yes, let me make that clear. I'm not advocating for any type of anything to happen to anybody or saying that I'm going to do anything to anyone, okay? I want to make that clear before my words get twisted and misconstrued and bent into this or that or whatever else, no, okay? I made that clear. But man, that stuff is, could y'all handle that? Somebody smiling in your face, keying and all that stuff, and then, the next day you see a clip of them blatantly lying, saying that your party is, this horrible, terrible, no good, very bad, But then when you see them the next day, the day after that, they smiling again in your face. I couldn't do it.
Real good. We're going to start in the back row, so I'm giving the sound man the opportunity. We're going to go front row to back row real fast. The one candidate you are most excited about, just give me the name. You're first.
I would say I'm excited to see who else is to come, and hopefully
Okay.
an independent or a third-party candidate.
All right, as Magic 8 Ball says, ask again later. Next.
I don't think I can pledge support for anybody.
Okay, next.
Me as well. I mean, I'm still waiting. I think it's too early to call.
All right.
I would say Ron DeSantis. He's done really great things in Florida, but it depends on what they could do federally.
All right. Thank you, Daniel.
And not say that I'm particularly enthused about anybody.
Okay.
Not enthused, but excited to see what happens with Haley, for sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm still waiting to make my
Nikki
final.
Haley? Is that who he said?
Thank you, Daniel.
And not say that I'm particularly enthused about anybody.
Okay.
Not enthused, but excited to see what happens with Haley, for sure.
Oh, okay.
The Democrat is excited about Nikki Haley? Interesting. I mean, she's like not even close to I think she's one of the 1% folks that are polling at 1%. So yeah, that ain't happening.
I'm still waiting to make my final choice.
Same here with the majority of them. Still waiting.
Very nice. All right. Well, it's 517 days until the election in 2024. So we got plenty of time, right? All right. Guys, thank you very much.
Holy cow.
All right, coming up, let's see. It is 7:15 here in the East, and Brian has got what's coming up.
All right, 15 minutes now after the hour.
Generation Z, which turned out in large numbers along with millennials last election, continues to flex its strength ahead of 2024. So what issues does this new generation care about the most? Let's check back in with our panel. We were just talking. This is Jared on the front row. Jared goes to Princeton. And you said you're not conservative. What issues really matter to you the most? How will you vote?
Really interested in seeing how the next two potential candidates deal with tech policy. For me, that's something that I'm passionate about and very interested in. I'm curious how they deal with the current antitrust and privacy issues that are prevalent within our industry today.
Okay, Ariana, how about you? You go to William Patterson, which is in New Jersey, and I know Brian says you love your coffee.
I do.
There's lots of free coffee in the green room.
Yeah.
What issues matter the most to you?
I think what's really frustrating, especially in this day and age, is that I pay my own college tuition. So campus.
How do you do that?
I was said before that I worked 4 jobs,
Wow.
so it gets very difficult. But Campus Reform reported an article that over 1 million legal immigrants get their college tuition paid for, and to me that's a big slap in the face. Like I want that. I think I think that's so unfair. And for me to get up and work every morning is just. I don't appreciate it.
So you didn't take out any loans?
Nope.
Because Biden, wants to pay off student loans.
I paid in full.
Good for you. I bet your parents are so proud of you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, Jenna's behind you. Jenna, how about you? I know that you.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. 4 jobs? That's what you call hardworking. Those are the type of folks that we should be rewarding in our country. Those are the type of folks. And listen, I don't know about, policy wise, how this, plays out, right? Whatever. This is just an idea. But, if I were president, I might enact something like, hey, if you're working, regular work week is 40 hours. If you're working 65 hours a week in this country, 65, 70, I don't know the exact number, right? But you have to be proving that you're actually trying to better your life and do something with your life. You have to be showing that you're not afraid to work hard, right? Because I want to set an example for the nation. But hey, if you're working 70 hours a week, there's no reason why you should be making less than $100,000 a year, right? I'm just throwing something out there, but I feel like that type of work ethic should be incentivized in this nation. But it's incentivized to do the opposite because we're giving handouts left and right. Oh, yeah, you get a check. You get a check. Oh, you get a check. No, none of you are getting checks. Show me that you want to work and that you're willing to work hard, and you can get an extra check. If you're working 75 hours a week, okay, I see you busting your butt. Here's an extra check. Those are the types of people. Like, if that were the policy, I mean, I don't like just handing out money. You know what I mean? But still, if we're going to incentivize or give checks to anybody, which we already are, I don't need to go on that rant. I mean, allegedly, I want to say even California is paying illegal immigrants. I want to say it was like $300 or $500 a month. Just even though they're in a deficit, it's crazy. If I remember that story correctly, that's out of California. So like if we're gonna pay anybody, we're stopping all that other stuff, and we're gonna pay the hard workers. What do you guys think about a policy like that incentivizes hardworking folks, people who are busting their butts and taking away the handouts to the people who ain't really trying to do anything, and we're just giving them, well, the Democrat Party is just giving them handouts. Y'all let me know how you feel about that. Talk.
Say you like Trump. You told Brian that earlier, and you're worried about how you're going to afford your first house one day.
Right, so you look into the future and you notice that the price of housing is insane, and you see that your grandparents were able to buy a house.
And she likes Trump.
For extremely cheap, your parents too, and now you think to yourselves, well, with the salaries that we're going to be making and also paying off our degrees, how are we actually going to be able to suffice and actually make a sufficient life for ourselves? And with the economy, I'm hoping that the next leader, whoever it is, no matter what side, is able to actually tame that and do the job for us, because for Generation Z, again, it's not motivating and it's scary to see what we're going to have to enter, and we question, the youth represents innocence, and we question how we're actually going to create a good living for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel, what are your concerns? Because I remember being your age. It's very stressful. You're not
Yeah, that's another thing. Get rid of the woke agenda in colleges. Bring down that college cost. Bam. I feel like all this DEI and whatever else stuff, you're hiring a president of diversity. That only ups the cost for college students. So end all of that. Bring that college cost down. Yes, the leftist college students will fight and blah, blah, blah. But once they start seeing those costs drop down to a decent level, all that will go out the window.
Making a lot of money. Most of us were in debt. It's very expensive, especially to live in New York City, as you all know. What are your concerns?
Yeah, I agree with that. Crime and safety is my most important issue. The Leadership Institute's campus reform has reported on many instances of students wanting to defund the police, eliminate campus police, but that's not the case for most students and most Americans writ large. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I know how it feels when it's late at night, you're at the train station, and you have to check over your shoulder when the train is approaching because you're scared of, crime.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten better either, has it? I mean, my gosh, it's getting worse, I feel like. Ricky, you in the back, you work for New York Post, you're a columnist. How about you? What are your concerns?
Well, I think Biden purported to be a unifying president, which has not panned out in any way, shape, or form. I'm really worried about the social fabric and the fact that families and Thanksgiving tables are being torn apart by partisanship in our political spectrum right now. And so I would love a unifying, maybe even third party or unity ticket sort of option, or just someone who's genuinely interested in healing the divides, because we're all Americans at the end of the day, and I don't want to grow up in a world like this.
Make debates great again. I remember when I first began this journey of seeking and finding the truth about everything that's going on. And one of the things that, I really said I would love to see are televised debates. Televised, like we watch, like people watch football or basketball or baseball or soccer or whatever else on the TV. We should have Democrat and Republican debates on TV, where the host is nonpartisan, right? It's not we're gonna lean the questions to the side of the Democrats, or we're gonna lean them on the side of the Republicans. No, you're just there to ask the questions, and may the best man or woman win. It should be that simple, and let's have fun with it. Let's have some fun with it. So that would be another thing that I would try to push for is, televised national debates, debates on the Fab Five channels, the channels that you get with just an antenna, the Fab Five channels. So yeah, what do y'all think about that? I think that would help a little bit with this, animosity that she was just speaking about when you're at your kitchen table or trying to talk to your family about certain things, and, people get it. If we had national debates on TV all the time, right, weekly, I think that might lower the temperature a little bit. especially if, the host was saying something about, hey, this is what we do. It's fine that we disagree, blah, say the right things, on the TV to the American people. I think that would be good for America. But that's just my personal opinion.
Talk about politics at the Thanksgiving table?
Quite a lot. I come from a very political family, but, I think it's just we've lost the art of respecting people for their differences and loving them despite them. And I think that a lot of politicians really stoke that divide, and I'm not attracted to that sort of person.
Okay, Michael, you go to Fordham University. Your concerns?
Well, you see, for me, it's just mainly the economy. I'm a college student. I'm making very little money because I want to do well in the future. That's why I'm going to college. I want to set myself up. And the very little money that I have from the side jobs that I do, from the jobs that I have to do because of the economy, the issues that Biden's presented to the nation, I'm barely able to get by, even with my parents giving me money here and there. And it's not just for me, it's for all of Generation Z, all of my friends at Fordham University, people that I know back home in my hometown of Scottsdale, Arizona. It's insane right now.
Yeah, it's a great school. What do you want to do?
I'm more of a take the punches as they come type of guy. I'm in the business school at the Gabelli School of Business. It's a great school. But I definitely see a lot of opportunities, especially being in New York City.
Absolutely. Okay, and you on the front row, Brennan, you're at University of Buffalo, where it snows a lot. Y'all got all of our snow. I wanted some in New York City. All right, how about you? What are your concerns?
I think my number one concern is the economy. Next year, I'm going to be graduating with my MBA, and I'm going to be looking for a job. And I want to make sure that there are plenty of jobs out there where I'm going to have security. In addition to that, also just the affordability of living. The cost of living is so high right now. I don't want to see gas at $4 or $5 a gallon. I want to make sure I can afford groceries. These are all really important things to me. Getting inflation under control, which is what I'm going to be looking at in the next election.
What do you want to do when you graduate?
Again, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see where I go.
All right, maybe New York City?
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Oh, and who did the best job? Is Brian your favorite?
So yeah, pretty shocking video there of Gen Z really showing that the Biden administration is doing a historically terrible job. And I've spoken about this before and even shown clips of, it's never been Gen Z, which maybe I'll have to start adding Gen Z to the list. But it's been black people, Hispanics, and the LGBTQ community that have all been openly leaving the Democrat Party. And I've shown videos of that, but man, now Gen Z. Like, how terrible do you have to be to, I think it's really incredible to be that bad to where you're pandering to these groups of individuals and still a large segment of them are saying sayonara, sucker. Even though you're kissing my behind, I am out of here. It is absolutely mind-boggling to me that is happening. Kissing someone's behind and they're still kicking you in the teeth. And I think it goes to show where we are as a country and as a nation. And the Democrats, the Democratic politicians see it. Joe Biden and his administration know it. If Trump makes it to the 2024 ticket, he will win. He will win. They see the writing on the wall. All the evidence is there. It is there from top to bottom, from social media posts to the polls, right? Regular folks saying, hey, no, this administration is terrible. I actually like Trump. Joe Biden said he was doing X, Y, and Z. We haven't seen any of that. We just see a bunch of political, culture wars and everything else. We don't see any actual policies that are helping us. I guess it explains a lot in terms of what they're trying to do with Uncle Trump at this point in time. They're terrified. And if I were them, I would be too. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. If I were Democratic politicians and the establishment, I would be terrified that Uncle Trump was going to win. And I would do everything in my ability to make sure that he doesn't. So I think I think it explains everything that we're watching, that we're seeing right now. They are scared, and rightfully so, because all of us would be too. But I think all of us wouldn't have done what they had been doing in the first place, so we wouldn't have even been in that position. But if we were, we would be terrified as well. This guy, we know he's coming after us. And we're all guilty. We're all going down. And if we all go down, nobody is going to vote for us for the next 100 years. Because we will have been officially exposed to the entire nation. To the entire nation. There will be some Democrats who will still vote Democrat, whatever. Vote blue no matter who, right? But the majority of the population will not touch a Democratic nominee or whomever for the next 100 years. Won't happen. The Democratic Party got exposed for being corrupt by Uncle Trump, and now they're done. Not only are they done, but the ones who are committing it all are rotting away in jail for the rest of their lives when they were just high rolling, living the good life. Just saying. I think we'd all be terrified. We'd all be terrified. But we would have done what they did. Goodness gracious. Y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.